Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Addiesdive AD2101. I made a mistake on my unboxing video and called it the MY-H9. That was the previous model with the giant flieger hands and the numeric indices. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a sterling GMT with the Pepsi bezel on a vintage leather strap. And Grogo is wearing another Addiesdive. This is the military field watch. Grogo said Master Skywalker wanted some blue bantha milk, just like Aunt Beru used to make. So he bought some from a Tusken Raider. Unfortunately, it had gone bad and he blew blue chunks. Here's the watch. Comes in this nice Addiesdive plastic case. The watch is a dive style watch that has a real retro look to it. Looks really nice. The watch is 40 millimeters at the bezel, 46 millimeters lug to lug, but 52.4 millimeters if you measure at the end links here. It sticks out quite a bit. The watch is 16 millimeters thick, which sounds like a lot, but it is due to the seriously domed crystal. 13 if you just measure to the top of the bezel. Has a 20 millimeter lug width and weighs 154 grams with 2 links removed. Pretty typical weight for this style of watch. The hands of this watch and the indices are actually tan, even though they appear to be yellow looking through my camera. I don't know if it's my camera or all cameras, because if you look at the ads in AliExpress, they also appear to be yellow. So it might be just digital cameras have trouble picking up this color. But let me assure you that this watch is tan and not yellow. And the tan goes really well with the background color. It's a shame because it's very attractive looking. It has a 120 click fully loomed unidirectional ceramic bezel. The bezel is black, but the tan lettering and markers make it look like a dark brown, which is a nice effect. It makes it look aged. And it gives it like a patina look without a shabby patina look. The numbers are also really thin on the bezel, which make it look a little bit more older. The bezel action is solid with no back play, and it lines up nice. Good clicks. Bezel action is good. See, it lines up nicely. The dial is a flat black with no sunburst effect. This also helps with the retro look. The loomed indices are painted on with no borders. And the indices are a little bit smaller than modern indices, which also gives it that retro look. The hands are Rolex style with the Mercedes hour hand and the lollipop second hand. The gold color of the hands match the tan paint. The Addiesdive name and logo are printed on, and then it just says automatic 200 meters, which is really nice. I've been complaining for a long time that these dials are getting way too cluttered. So this non-cluttered dial looks really nice. The date is at the 3 o'clock, and thankfully there's no border. I think that it would have been better just leaving the date off, as it mars an otherwise very attractive dial. At least there is no Cyclops. It would have been nice that if they are going to leave the date, at least color match the date with the rest of the watch. The white really sticks out. It has a double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. This crystal is seriously domed. Look at it. It really sticks up. Has a signed screw down crown with no crown guard. The crown pops real nice when you unscrew it. And it has nice thread action when you screw it back in. The solid steel case is fully brushed with no polished edges. And it has a nice bevel on the sides. Looks really nice. Really good brush work and everything. The screw down case back has the Addiesdive logo and gives 200 meters water resistance. No need to show off the Nh35 movement. We're all familiar with the Nh35, solid 3 Hz workhorse movement that hand winds and hacks. Apparently there is some kind of shortage going on with Nh35s, and my PD1639 Hulk that I recently reviewed had its movement swapped out with the Miyota 8215. I don't think they did that on this watch because it does hack. I can confirm that. See, it hacks. Another tell too is the 8215 has a unidirectional rotor, so you can hear it spinning, and I can't hear that spinning when I spin this one. Of course, I can't do that here. You'll never hear it. The watch has solid end links, and they're not inverted end links, so it makes the watch wear a little bit bigger for the size. The shellfish style bracelet has polished center links. This is a single link bracelet that looks like a 3-link. I don't know why they use polished center links. It really doesn't match the rest of the watch. Giving it a fully brushed look would have really helped with the retro look. Of course, polished center links were quite popular way back when, so maybe that's what they were going for. The adjustment links have push pins rather than screw-in pins. I had to remove 2 links to fit on my 7.5-inch wrist. The clasp is a very basic press clasp with 3 micro adjusts. This is par for the course for Addiesdive. Every watch I've ever reviewed from them, other than a canvas strap one of course, has this kind of clasp. Even the really big Sumo that I'm going to review fairly soon has a clasp just like this. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. It wears really nice. Even though it has those huge center links, it fits my wrist just fine. Here's the watch on vintage leather. Nothing makes a watch look more vintage than vintage leather. That looks really nice. That's a good pairing. Here it is on a Bond NATO. I think that looks pretty good too. You can picture Sean Connery wearing this. And let's see the watch on one more NATO. I'm doing a side-by-side comparison with the Heimdallr and the Pagani Design Seamaster Homage. Once again, I need a side-by-side due to my camera so I don't give the false impression that the loom is inadequate. As we speed up the time, we can see the Addiesdive is falling behind the Heimdallr but staying ahead of the Pagani Design. Plus the hands are keeping up with the indices. The bezel numbers fade quickly, but the bezel markers are doing quite a good job for bezel loom. So I rate this loom as very well done, but not excellent. What do I like about this watch? Well, they nailed the look. The retro look, they really pulled it off. This watch looks like it's kind of old, but it's brand new. But it doesn't look shabby and fake old. It's just styled retro. I like this double dome crystal. It's really nice. And I like the fact that it has AR coating. And I really like this nice brush case. It really looks nice. And I like the fact too that it has a fully loomed bezel. Addiesdive really steps up when it comes to their bezels. What are my gripes and groans? Well, the polished center links. I think this would have looked so much nicer if everything was brushed. It would look more like an old tool watch. Then also, I think it would have been better if they would have left off the date. This dial looks so nice, and it would have been much better with an index there at the 3 instead of the date. And this is my standard complaint for any Addiesdive, is this clasp here only has 3 micro adjusts, which makes getting that perfect fit a little bit more difficult. 4 is the right number. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, I do. This watch is great. It looks really nice. It wears nice. Has this nice crystal, good bezel action. If you're looking for that retro look, I don't think you can go wrong with this watch. Well, thank you for watching my review, and I will be back with another unboxing. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.